Today's video started with a simple direct message. It said, "Hi, we're a girl band at Taylor Red Music with over 6 million TikTok followers. Please consider adding our new single, Country Money, to your Spotify playlist. Link here." They said if I posted it, that they would post it to their 6 million follower TikTok account and 140,000 on Instagram. And I don't really do that. I'm not a pay-for-play type of person. But whatever, mostly I was just surprised that there was some country band with 6 million followers on TikTok that I'd never heard of. So I listened to a little bit of the song and thought it was just sort of like a basic pop country track.
Baby, we're rich on country money.
But then I clicked on their socials to see what I was missing if they've amassed this much of a social following, and came to find that their TikTok was mostly just a collection of weird viral visual trends that a lot of other people on the platform were doing, and so were these girls. It was a lot of putting Mentos into Coke and watching it fizz up. It was a lot of throwing dyed rice into the air so that it spells words. It was a lot of guess which one of us is singing, but it would seem like none of them were singing. It would sound echoey, but they were outside.
Chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homies.
So I was just like, this is not for me. Maybe people kind of like the basic shapes and colors of these videos and 3 identical triplets with red hair, but like, whatever, more power to them, let them make their weird videos. But 5 months after that, I got a similar direct message. "Hi Grady, thanks for considering our last single for your playlist. We're a girl band with over 10 million TikTok followers. Please consider adding our new single, Rent Free, to your Spotify playlist." And they put their 3 hearts and their 3 redhead emojis as well. And so I went and listened to this song, Rent Free, and I felt similarly about it as I felt about their first song.
'Cause he's living rent free in my head from the time I wake up.
But I was really intrigued with the fact that they'd gotten 4 million more TikTok followers in the 5 months between messages. And so I was like, okay, what's going on? This country band is really blowing up. So I went back to their profile, and again, I was like, this is so weird. They were still using some of those same original sounds that I had heard before.
Follow the kings, have their queens on the thrones.
Still pretending like one of them was singing in these videos where they clearly weren't singing. They were still color blocking themselves and doing these strange, very visual trends. Now it seemed like balloon popping had become a really big part of their brand, and almost nowhere on their account would you get much evidence of them actually being a band and playing music. And yet they had 10 million followers and they were getting tons of views, and I was like, well, maybe it just doesn't translate in the TikTok algorithm. Let me go over to YouTube and see if their music gets viewed. So I found their music videos on YouTube, and I have a good sense of YouTube viewership, and found that their videos were only getting like a couple thousand views each, and just a handful of comments, most of which seemed to be gibberish spam comments. And then I went to their Spotify and found they have a very low number of listeners for a band with 10 million followers on TikTok. Like, way less listeners than some small independent artists that don't have anywhere close to their social following. And then I went to their Instagram and noticed, again, some confusingly low levels of engagement for an account with a couple 100,000 followers. Like, sometimes they would post stuff and it would just get a couple 100 likes. But again, I was just like, look, TikTok's weird. These girls are weird, but market yourselves however you want. It doesn't seem like it's really moving the needle, but I'm just gonna leave well enough alone. But over the past few months, I have been unable to shake Taylor Red from my brain. Just like they have a song that says he's living rent-free in my head, they live rent-free in my head, and something about them doesn't make sense to me. Something is weird about this band, and has been feeling weird the whole time about this band and their levels of engagement. Because I've spent the last couple years watching every single country artist try to pop off on TikTok and get labels to pay attention to them.
The conversation of TikTok came up a lot, right? So I'm like, TikTok who? Like, but they're like, we really got to make sure these 14-year-olds know who you are.
And here you have someone that now is up to 12 million followers on TikTok, and no one in Nashville has heard about them. When I ask around town, do you guys know this band, Taylor Red? Everyone's like, no. So it just doesn't make sense. Like, their lack of listeners doesn't make sense. The big budget they seem to have to make music videos doesn't really make sense. Every once in a while, I'll go by their page and see like, bam, they just booked a big Sonic commercial. Or you can go to their website and see all the sponsors that have worked for them, and it just makes me feel like It doesn't make sense. Now, over this past year, I've talked to some of my friends about this, and every single one of them comes back to me a few weeks later and is like,
dude, what is up with these girls?
And this is an infection, and I'm sorry, I'm giving you the infection now. You are now cursed with asking the same questions that I have been asking. And back in February, one of my friends told me, dude, did you see what Susan Wojcicki just tweeted? And Susan, who is the CEO of YouTube and who doesn't tweet that much, it's mostly just corporate pablum or her fawning over the World Economic Forum, which, Susan, no. But yeah, she tweeted a congratulations to Taylor Red on passing 2 million subscribers on YouTube. And I was like, damn, these girls have the attention of the CEO of YouTube enough that she's tweeting about them? And I know how hard it is to build an audience on YouTube, and I'm like, they've got millions of people subscribing to them? In fact, as I am filming this, they are now pushing almost 6 million subscribers on their YouTube channel, which is just called Taylor Red TV. And at various points this year, they have been in the top 10 channels of weekly views in the entire world. That's according to tubefilter.com. And this was very surprising to me because, like I said, I had gone to their YouTube channel like a year ago. I'd seen these music videos that didn't have that many views. So what the hell were they doing to have this many subscribers all of a sudden? And if you navigate over to their channel, what you will find is a seemingly endless array of YouTube shorts, all of which have the exact same title, wait for it, ... shocked face emoji, #shorts. Some of these have an extravagant number of views, like over 100 million, over 170 million. And they're posting like 30 or 40 videos a day. And in fact, this country girl band has amassed almost 7 billion views on their channel on YouTube alone. So why has no one heard of them? You know, this is where I became a true conspiracy theorist. This is where I became Charlie Day in the meme with the maps and the red strings behind him. This is where I became a tinfoil hat wearing Taylor Red truther. And so yeah, that's been my crazy person headspace for like 9 months now. I think I'm just gonna start with the basics. Taylor Red is made up of 3 identical triplet sisters named Nika, Natalie, and Nicole, who sometimes just goes by Nick. Nika has the long straight hair, Nicole has the long wavy hair, and Natalie, who's usually in the middle of all of their pictures, has the short bob. They like dressing in colorful, loosely coordinated outfits and doing that thing that twins and triplets do in pop culture, where one person starts speaking, but then they all finish the sentence together.
Hey y'all, we just launched a new podcast called the Heck Yeah Podcast.
They also like making very strange videos, most of which seem to just be repurposed across all of their platforms, and all of which are posted multiple times as, wait for it, ... In a lot of these videos, they dress up as characters from pop culture, most commonly Disney princesses. Often they are in spandex Power Ranger outfits or Marvel character outfits. And again, it's a lot of them putting Mentos into Coke, throwing rice in the air, popping balloons. There's a lot of videos of them dipping popsicles into various substances like whipped cream or syrup or pickle juice and either liking or not liking the result. There are so many videos of them jumping in front of pictures of their outfits and then they appear in that outfit, or they swap places, or they use little camera tricks to show them standing in 2 different places in a line. Lately they make these weird trick shot videos of someone in a green screen suit guiding a ball to its ultimate destination. I would say my favorite little subgenre within their channel is what I'm gonna call the Sad Sister series.
Without you, I feel broke, like I'm
In these, typically one sister is sad and looking at the ground, and when she is not paying attention, her sisters fix the flaw in her game so that it looks like she won. And then they all fist pump like creepy robots when she's excited. And then they make a lot of videos that are theoretically tutorials of how they are making their little clever camera trick videos. Sometimes those perform way better than the actual videos. And honestly, all these videos just give me the weirdest vibe. They're like a weird mix of juvenile and somewhat fetishy, like adult Teletubbies that are just doing the dumbest stuff on earth. Like they've got some exploitative manager like Jessica Simpson's father that just makes them stay in this townhouse and film this weird content endlessly. Every one of these videos exists multiple times across their YouTube channel, which I don't really understand how that works. As far as I know, you cannot upload duplicate content on your own channel or it gets flagged or taken down, but somehow they can do it dozens and dozens of times. It makes me wonder if this is a loophole with shorts where you are incentivized to just upload the same videos over and over and over again.
It's enough slices!
But their YouTube channel is not just shorts. They actually have a lot of videos about a lot of different stuff. If you want to watch a 22-minute tutorial on how to do those outfit videos where they jump in front of the paper outfit and then they're wearing it, you can watch that. Or you can watch a 20-minute video of them reacting to funny animals on TikTok. Or you can watch them talking about side effects from the
We're identical triplet sisters, and we took different.
I mean, truly, all things are content to Taylor Red. For a while, they were going around to their Nashville faves, and again, cue weird triplet unison.
Welcome to Peg Leg Porker, one of our Nashville faves.
And in every single one of these videos, they'd go get ice cream or go to a restaurant and always review it with 3 thumbs up.
Creamy, check. Unique, check. Cheesy, check. We give it 3 thumbs up. We give it 3 thumbs up. 3 thumbs up.
It seems like this was functioning as some kind of pilot or something, maybe in hopes that they'd get a TV deal, where they are just triplets that review restaurants. And mind you, a giant part of their branding is just like, we are triplets.
Funniest questions people ask triplets. Here we go.
We have red hair. I'm wearing pink. She's wearing blue. She's wearing green. We are triplets.
We're identical triplet sisters.
And mind you, the comments on these videos are often just as weird as the content. They will have things with tons of views. Let's just look for one. Okay, here's one from the other day. It's got 86,000 views. It was posted yesterday. Ooh, it's a sad sister one. It's got 3,000 likes, but here are all the comments. Like, tons of things that have lots of emojis, a lot of stuff in other languages. Emoji, emoji, emoji. Sister are so precious. She looks so sad. Track premiere. Jump here. Shinzu.mobi. And they never engage with their comments. You never see like a like or anything like that. So yeah, the comments are weird. They are often gibberish. Sometimes it seems like someone's just banged on a keyboard. Sometimes it seems like there's just spam and someone's like, I am looking for this look. Where can I shop? And then some other account is responding saying, hello, you look so beautiful. Those just make me raise an eyebrow. Like, I obviously cannot prove or even officially allege any degree of bot usage, but at the very least, they seem to have some extremely spammy and unregulated comments. And maybe that's just because like YouTube Shorts are being pushed in other areas of the world more than they're being pushed in America, so you're getting a lot of non-English speakers, and maybe that makes the comments seem spammier or something, but it's definitely weird. And it's definitely different for a country band. I mean, I run a country channel. My audience is 83% located in the US, followed by English-speaking countries like Canada, the UK, and Australia. But if you look at chart metric data for Taylor Red's YouTube viewership, their biggest territory is actually Indonesia, followed by India, and then US viewers make up just 10% of their viewership, which is definitely out of the norm for a country music band. Of everything on the channel though, what really fascinated me was their behind the scenes vlogs, either of them on tour or in the studio. These videos are fascinating to me because in them you see lots of hijinks of them sound checking or tuning their instruments or doing silly things like fist pumping or flossing in the recording booth, as if someone is saying like, hey, do something funny when they point the camera at you. Like, ooh, look how much fun we're having in the studio. I'm jumping back on the sofa.
Money.
But every single time in one of these videos where they are about to sing or they walk out on stage to sing, it always cuts to a recorded track of them singing.
Let's give them a big Round Rock warm welcome to Taylor Red!
Cause he's living rent free in my like guitar strings saying hey there, howdy, hey y'all, and yeehaw!
I could not get over this. Why were they not singing live? And the original iteration of this video was actually my quest to find if they were singing live at all. Because I mean, I cover a lot of independent musicians, and the main thing that most people want on their page are just acoustic videos of them singing, and yet those do not exist for Taylor Red, seemingly. And then when that was coupled with some of my observations about how they've been using for years now the exact same clips on TikTok where someone's singing Kings and Queens, or someone is singing I'm Mad at Disney.
I'm mad at Disney, Disney. They tricked me, had me wishing on a shooting star.
And these are literally using the same actual audio. You can click on the sound and see all of these videos where they're saying who's singing are using the same audio. So clearly someone is not singing. It just leaves me confused. Like, why are there no videos of you all singing online? Like, are you pulling a Joe Exotic here and just posing as singers and that's not really you on these tracks? And if you're touring, and you do seem to be touring, what are you singing when you're on stage if you're not really singing? This became my obsession, because I promise you, you probably will not find any videos of Taylor Red singing. They were going around and playing all these dates last year, and yet there's nothing to show for it. There's no videos that have been posted on any social platform of someone in the crowd watching them at a concert. They don't allow you to tag them on Instagram. If you search for them on Twitter, you are not going to find any pictures or videos of someone at one of their shows. When you look up Taylor Red Live, you will get videos from this company called Live on Stage that has the three sisters performing, but it's clearly a pre-recorded performance with different camera angles and nice editing, and not just that crappy video from the crowd that I was looking for. I looked up all 5 songs that they've recorded on Spotify. I tried to find any footage of them. Nothing. You look on Reddit, nothing. I mean, I was finding all kinds of weird crap in like Reddit forums like redheaded goddesses, but no footage of them actually singing. And my determination to find a live video of them singing is really what led me truly down the path of the history of Taylor Red. At some point I was just desperate. I scrolled all the way back to the very beginning of their Instagram and noticed that in one of their first pictures, there was a comment that said, "I've been here since the Red Roots days." And I was like, Red Roots? Who is that? This was my first break in the story.
Hello, this is Maddie Agers. I'm with JesusWire.com. I'm here with Red Roots. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Because Red Roots was way easier to research than Taylor Red. So the first article I could find on Red Roots was published in January 2011, and it identified the then 19-year-old triplet sisters from Wade, Mississippi as a Christian country girl band called Red Roots. And according to the article, the sisters started playing music together when they were 13 at a Baptist church. They would also sing at a local recovery center. It talks a lot about their Christian faith. It talks about their father, who was managing them, named Mark, driving them to various radio stations and trying to make their career happen. We're missing the college experience, but it's worth it because we're getting so much out of the music industry, Natalie said. Unfortunately, much like Taylor Red, if you try to find Red Roots videos, you will probably fail. They certainly appear to have done a lot of photo shoots and shot a lot of music videos, but they're not on the internet anymore. I did find a video of them going to the Dove Awards, which is like a big Christian award show, and it seemed like they were going back into the press pool to take questions, although I don't know how much the press really had to ask them.
We do have 2 records out right now. Our new one's gonna come out.
So the videos are kind of awkward, but they did release 3 albums. And they did tour, and it appears they played at various music festivals and even went on shows on channels like TBN. And yet, there's no videos of them anymore, and that just bothered me. I was like, come on, I must find a video of these gals singing. And like, why did they change their name? Did they lose their faith? You know, any of those things. Just interesting stuff of like, how did Taylor Red come to be this weird TikTok robot band? You know, I don't know the answer to those questions, but at some point, somewhere between 2014 and 2019, they stopped being Red Roots for whatever reason and decided to become Taylor Red. So the Red Roots stuff was good intel, and it did make me think, okay, they must be singing here. They just must not like to post videos of themselves singing for some reason. But I still wanted to find some damn footage. So I called every single venue that they played at in 2021 to find out if any of the venues could give me any info about like where I could see them performing.
Hey Bob, my name is Grady Smith. I'm actually a YouTuber.
And so for a couple days, I just got answering machine after answering machine as I called all these various venues.
Hello, this is Connie. I'm not able to answer the phone right now.
Which were generally small community centers in random little towns throughout America, as well as like high school auditoriums, like the Lake Havasu Community Center or the Washington County Community Center. Occasionally, I would get some low-level local government worker that couldn't really tell me anything.
I wouldn't have any of that information.
Okay. In one case, I got a guy that was very annoyed with me. He was elderly and he was like,
Those are nice girls and they did a good job.
and I was so excited because I was like, someone has confirmed that they were at a show. But when I'd ask for footage, I would always get a no. But something I noticed as I was calling all these different community centers, and that's that when you went to their website, there would always be some kind of language that said, presented by Live on Stage, or in conjunction with Live on Stage. And if you remember, Live on Stage was that YouTube channel that I said had those videos that were highly produced of them singing their songs. I guess as an example of what kind of entertainment they could offer to your local community center. And so I went to liveonstage.biz, and the way that this company works is that they have a roster of entertainment, and you are contracted to them for a period of time, almost the way you'd be contracted to be an entertainer on a cruise ship for a year. And so they'll have like 10 acts or something, maybe a Celtic trio or a flamenco duo, or a set of triplet sisters that sing country music. And they work with local community centers to provide entertainment within your small town.
We are identical triplets, so yes, the harmony comes naturally.
And they handle all the booking and all the publicity, and it's a way of outsourcing this need for entertainment in small towns. And so they'll send their acts 1 week apart to all of the same venues. And I imagine if you are of a certain age, or you are just someone that doesn't want to think about booking actual bands, this is a very useful service. But it also made me realize that maybe this is why there is no footage of them singing. I have no idea how big these shows are. Were people coming to see Taylor Red? Were they playing to, 3 random old people in an atrium, or just singing outside at a local gazebo, and there's just a few people from the community that are nodding along as they take their grandchildren on a walk? I don't know, but maybe it's just that type of customer wouldn't be the kind of people that are going to post a video or tweet a video or put it on YouTube of this band that they really like. I will say there is one touring vlog when they played a show in McAllen, Texas, that actually shows a brief glimpse of the crowd, and it's a much larger number of people than I would have expected, although they are all pretty old. And I guess it just doesn't seem like this is the type of people that are following Taylor Red on TikTok.
Will it fit this vase?
Let's try.
Let's do it! This won't fit. Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
But at the very least, it certainly appeared that Taylor Red was actually going on tour. That wasn't all a big scam. But still, this touring model definitely feels odd for a band with over 10 million followers on TikTok. It feels like, wouldn't they have a little more juice and be able to get a little bit better of a booking agency and not have to just be doing summer concert series passes at local community centers? And so all that was interesting, but it took another couple days of just scouring the internet. Every combination of Red Roots live, Red Roots singing, Red Roots performs. I finally found a freaking video of Red Roots. It was posted 8 years ago. It had 16 views. It was at a church. One of the sisters was delivering her testimony, and they sing a song. After a week of searching, there the girls were, standing on a stage, singing their song, and it sounded fine. It sounded perfectly good. And I was like, why don't you do this? Why do you hide that you guys can sing in harmony from all of your videos? And then right after finding that video, the very next day, I was just looking at one of their playlists, and I noticed that they have an unlisted video that they hadn't privated that's still in one of their playlists. It's them singing Fresh Off the Farm as Taylor Red just a couple years ago acoustically. And my mind was blown. It's like playing Pokemon and just running into a Kangaskhan in the Safari Zone. And I was like, I cannot believe this is happening. And again, it sounded fine. It was clearly live. They were singing in harmony. It sounded good. And so I was like, why don't you do this? And so my quest to find a video of them singing ended up being a whole damn waste of time, because yes, it appears they are singing, they can sing, and why they choose to instead dress in spandex and eat weird popsicles, I don't know.
I'm thirsty. Refreshing.
It seems, or at least seemed, like they really wanted to make it as a band. They have 5 songs out. One of them was co-written by Matt Jenkins, who just scored one of the biggest hits of the past year with Buy Dirt. And most of them have a kind of like cheeky, flirty vibe a la Maddie and Tay.
Homegrown, down to earth, looks good in jeans and a Hanes t-shirt.
They have music videos that seem to have a nice degree of production. There's clearly some budget there. They buy so many damn outfits for their weird videos that they make that clearly there's some money rolling in. Every article that you find written about them in local papers when they're going to go play at one of those places, Mark Lusk from Red Street Records, who is not some nobody, he's always quoted as praising the band, so they do have some kind of high-level connections. And clearly they've got the attention of YouTube, not just from that Susan Wojcicki tweet earlier this year, but the official YouTube account posted about them on their Instagram this week. They're also invited to big Instagram red carpets, and yet it does leave me wondering, why does none of this translate into anyone listening to them? Like right now on Spotify, they only have about 9,000 monthly listeners. That's tiny. If you go on a desktop and look at the top markets where someone is listening to people on Spotify, at various times this year, it has said, you know, Germany is one of their top markets, or right now it's like Australia and Canada. And I almost never see a country band that is getting more listens from any kind of country other than the US. Usually it's like Dallas and Atlanta are the top markets, but it's curious to me that their listens are not coming from America, although I don't know that it is even their motivation to be a band anymore at this point. They seem to be rebranding from Taylor Red into now the Taylor Triplets, and they're not slowing down in the rollout of their content. They're still making these same weird videos that I don't really know who they're for, like illiterate babies or something. I guess all babies are illiterate. Just weird juvenile content in general.
It's not even funny.
And maybe they're just making so much money from this kind of content that they're like, why would we be pursuing music when this has so much more momentum? Now, I've only posted a couple short videos ever. I think I've posted 4, but I think only 2 of them are even monetized. And of the 2 that are monetized, one got about 8,000 views and I made about $8 on it. The other got about 45,000 views and I made about $42 on it. And if they're making a similar amount per video as what I make, and they're sometimes getting 200 to 260 million views a week, then you're talking about a weekly payout of like $250,000. And that's just from YouTube. That's not including their sponsorships or TikTok or anything else that they do to make money. And I have to imagine that is a better payout than what they were getting from these live on stage shows. And so maybe they're just like, we're going to be influencers. But still, it leaves me confused because as much as they like to post about how they're really proud of the TR Army for bringing them so far,
BRN People Magazine. Thanks for helping us get people. Yes, thank you, Taylor Red Army. We love you guys.
I don't detect any real passion, any real army for their content and for being fans of them personally. When they post YouTube videos that aren't just these weird little shorts, but them doing reactions, they do paltry numbers. You're talking like maybe 7,000 views on an account with almost 6 million subscribers. And I know YouTube recently said that now regular videos and shorts are running on different algorithms, but doesn't that feel weird to you? Like maybe there's some way they know how to game the system with shorts and with TikToks that doesn't really work on a regular YouTube video. Part of me wonders if they're just playing like a fake it till they make it game where they can go to giant corporate sponsors like Disney and say, hey, we're a girl band with 12 million followers. Don't you want to sponsor us? And some executive is just like, oh yeah, definitely. Let's do a sponsorship with them. I don't know. I truly don't know. I don't get it. I don't get why they get so little engagement. I don't get why all of their comments are gibberish. I don't get how they are growing so quickly. Because again, if you look at the chart metric data, they average like 10,000 new followers every single day on both YouTube and TikTok over the past few months. Yet their Twitter following hasn't grown at all in over a year. It's just basically stayed right at 50,000, give or take a couple followers every day. And to me, that feels kind of irregular. I don't know. Like maybe they just make good shorts. Maybe it's that simple. And I am the crazy one here. But maybe this is the type of content that people want. Because I don't know if you have ever opened an incognito window, so your algorithm's not affecting it at all, and you just go to YouTube Shorts and you watch the type of content it serves you. It is all so freaking cringy and weird.
Huh? Okay.
It's like fake pranks, it's weird skits and primary colors and things that feel like they are made for little children. And maybe Taylor Red just makes really good versions of that type of content that for some reason there is an audience for. And maybe that's the simplest answer, is just this, despite what you want to believe, Grady, is just the type of content that people want to watch. But man, after researching it for so damn long, I almost respect the gall of these sisters to just dress up as princesses and eat fruit roll-ups in a weird way to cheer up their sad sister. But there's a part of me that also wonders, Are you evil geniuses and you're buying this kind of following? You know, I don't know, and that is only alleged. I even reached out to them to see if they wanted to talk to me. I said, hey y'all, I'm working on a video about you. You came onto my radar as a country band through these messages, but you seem to be leaning into the influencer path more than the music one lately. I've been doing a deep dive into your story for a while, and I'm interested in how you built such a large number of followers so quickly. Admittedly, I've had some skeptical questions on this front, but it wouldn't be right to make a video without reaching out and seeing if you want to be a part of it. Are you interested in talking to me at all? If so, I'm all ears. If not, that's okay too. Sincerely, Grady Smith. Their response was sort of a non-answer. Thanks for reaching out and keeping up with us. We've had lots of fun making fun sister content the last couple years. We can't believe this is happening. We are so thankful. Congrats on your YouTube success. Prayer hands, party horn emoji. So, you know, I'm going to take that as, no, we're not interested in answering any of your skeptical questions. Or they're saying, no, we are actually AI manifestations of happiness and primary colors, and we're so excited to be happy sisters that have lots of viewers. Do I feel like I really know anything about Nika and Natalie and Nicole? Honestly, no. Do I feel like these videos in any way would make me want to take them seriously as musical artists? Absolutely not. To me, they're very, very strange, off-putting, and make me question how much they really want to be respected country stars. Because that one video that was unlisted of them singing Fresh Off the Farm acoustically is the most I've ever been interested in Taylor Red. I feel like if you want a music career, play your music. But maybe just the views and the attention are so good from what they're doing, and music is so hard and it's so tough to get attention that this is just, you know, the path of least resistance. But the reality is, I just don't know. I don't know anything about Taylor Red. All I know is they broke my brain. I had to get this video out of my system. Maybe you all can find out what they're all about. Maybe someone will put together, you know, here's the heart and soul of Taylor Red's music, but I just got distracted in the marketing story of it all. I'm just saying the math ain't mathin', the comments are weird, it all feels spammy and strange and like I'm in an episode of Black Mirror, and I don't know what to do with it. So I made a video that I hope you found entertaining. And who knows, maybe they will pull a Zach Bryan, wipe all their content, and just make some like gritty acoustic videos of them fresh on the farm. But just like they say in one of their songs, things aren't always what they seem, and that's certainly how I feel about this band, and I think I'm done. I think I have nothing more to say. I just filmed for 2 entire hours. This is probably going to be the longest video on this channel, and I don't even know if anyone will care. If you've made it here, thank you. My name is Grady. I talk about country music, normally in a much more conventional manner on this channel. But if you liked me or my perspective or what I had to say, I'd love if you liked the video, or if you shared the video, or if you commented down below, or if you subscribed to the channel. I've got a playlist that's linked down below, I got merch, I got all kinds of things, and I hope you enjoy this. Goodbye.